A while back, Jimmy Carr was recommended to me, and I thought that I had already done a video with him and that maybe it was one of the videos that had been blocked, and so I still haven't gotten it out of copyright hell. But after a thorough search of the videos in my channel, I don't have any Carr videos. I think I was confusing him with Carl Barron, the Aussie. I just got the names mixed up. So this is coming straight from his channel, and the title of this video is The Very Best of Being Funny. I can't remember if this was one that was specifically requested or it's just one I found on his channel after he was requested, and I looked him up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. First time watching Jimmy Carr for the channel. I did hear a little tiny clip of this before I started it because it auto-played. So he sounds like he's British. I don't know anything about him. His name doesn't ring a bell besides that mix-up with the other guy. And his face doesn't either. Doesn't mean I haven't seen him before, but okay, let's check him out.
You could be the moral arbiter on this one, Birmingham, right? You be the moral arbiter on this one this evening. I've got a friend, he got dumped by his girlfriend. She ended their relationship just because he said something. They were making love, they were mid-coitus, fucking.
Okay.
As he orgasmed, as he arrived, ejaculated, came.
Okay.
Most intimate, but also the most vulnerable time for a man. As that occurred,
Okay.
He said...
He sounds like he's trying to be all proper, but he just throwing all the crude words. This is funny. All right, here we go.
For a man, as that occurred, he said, bang, and the dirty's gone. I can see two distinct groups of men. There's some men looking at me as if to say, I don't think that's that bad. I think maybe she's overreacted a little bit. And then I can see other men looking at me as if to say, note to self. You've got to be very careful with jokes in the bedroom, because it's quite funny to say to a girl who's sucking you off, it's rude to talk with your mouth full. But it's even funnier if she says, well, it's not full. Are there any couples in this evening? Give us a shout, the couples. Oh, lots of couples in tonight. This is a bit silly, I think. But for Valentine's, I got my girlfriend sex vouchers as her present. I didn't realise they were transferable. Turns out they accept them at her work. You get to the stage in a long-term relationship where you want to experiment sexually. But, you know, it can be awkward. And what if she finds out? I'm 10 years into a relationship now. Anyone beat that? Anyone longer than 10 years? What's the longest we got in the room? 13? 26? Anyone more than 26? 28? More than 28? How long? Sorry? You've been together for 43 years? I think, come on, 43 years. Now, I don't know what it's like after 43 years. I think that's an extraordinary commitment, especially in this day and age. That is quite something. But I don't know if it's the same for you, because I've only been together with my girl for 10 years, but things have got quite predictable in the bedroom. Now, when I lower my entire ball bag into her mouth, she is pretty much guaranteed to wake up.
Unpredictable.
Same?
He's like, yeah.
Oh, you couldn't see that. He just went, yeah, same.
She's looking at him like,
you look worried on their behalf. They've been married 43 years. Don't panic. They've tried everything. What's your relationship with them? How do you know them? That's your mum and dad?
Oh my God. How awkward that they are hearing their mom and dad be the butt of this lewd, crude joke. This guy, he's like a complete contrast. He seems so proper, and yet the stuff coming out of his mouth is so nasty. That's crazy.
That's nice. Well, I hope the image of your dad teabagging your mum hasn't I hope, I for one,
That is not an image you want in your brain to think about your folks.
I don't know about looking your parents in the eyes again. I don't think you'll be able to drink tea.
Why you laugh?
Shit, sorry. This will be hard for you to believe. I used to be a gentleman. I didn't used to talk about my sexual exploits, even with close friends. Never kiss and tell. Always just keep it private. It's private life for a reason. Private. Now, I'll talk about anything. It's great for me because it's a catharsis, but also I think it's good for everyone because you talk about things, everyone feels a bit more open and a bit more normal because, there's weird things. Here's an example of an intimate detail I don't mind sharing with you. My girlfriend can't have orgasms during intercourse, but it's not a problem because I can.
Jeez,
I gave my girlfriend an orgasm and she spat it back in my face.
It jumped to a commercial. And I was still processing what he said, and it wasn't until the commercial that it finally clicked. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. That's nasty.
I got into an argument with my girlfriend. She said, "You treat this house like a hotel." I said, "I have never snorted cocaine off a hooker's tits in this house." Told my girlfriend the top she was wearing was too revealing. Said Jimmy sometimes cries after sex.
Is all of his stuff these one-liners? Because that reminds me a lot of Mitch Hedberg. Reminds me a lot. Like he does have a theme going on here, but the jokes aren't a running type of joke so far. It's just more these one-liners.
We got into a row. You'll be familiar with this. If you're in a long-term relationship, this is the kind of scenario for a row that I think happens a lot. We got into a fight on the way back from a party. So we went to this amazing party. It's about 2:30 in the morning. We're driving home. So I'm driving. I haven't had anything to drink, stone cold sober, driving. She's had quite a lot to drink. I mean, in terms of units of alcohol, she's had an awful lot to drink. But she's not drunk. And I know she's not drunk. I know she isn't drunk because she told me she wasn't drunk 400 fucking times. Like sober people don't. Anyway, the worst thing about this argument, I didn't even say anything. Someone else said something, and she was talking about that, and I just agreed with the fact that the other person said. And it was a fact. It wasn't a point for debate. It was a fact. So I was driving along, right? She's talking a lot. I'm listening a little. Okay, my bad. But she's telling me about the evening in real time. And I was there for most of it, so I don't need to be...
Okay, this is going past just the one-liners now. He started this up right as I said that. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything up until then was a one-liner, except when he was interacting with the family. Unless I'm misremembering, which is quite possible, even though I'm only 5 and some minutes into this thing. You know how it is with me sometimes.
And I was there for most of it, so I don't need to be hearing this. A lot of the stories involve me. Right, so we're driving along, she tells me this story, and she got to the point, she said, this mutual friend of ours, this girl that we both know, she said, that girl said my dress was short. I went, yeah, it is. You're taking her side? Why don't you go back to the party? Why don't you drive her home? It was short. I mean, it was a really short, it was what I would call a greyhound. You call it a greyhound? It was just an inch away from the hair.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling it had something to do with that.
It was a really short skirt. So, I went, it is short, yeah. She went, oh, you're taking her side? When you go back to the party and drive her home, then, if you fancy her so much, try not to mind me, you saying I've got fat legs. Suddenly, fucking Chewbacca's in the car. You never fucking fancy me anymore, you don't think I can carry What the fuck? There's just snot and...
Oh, geez.
Next thing I know, within 20 seconds, she's pulling on the car door. We're doing 40 miles an hour, middle of nowhere, 2:30 in the morning. She's going, I'll walk home, trying to open the car door. She's not wearing a seatbelt because she's pissed. Opening the car door, safer.
Right. I'm pretty sure, okay, so somebody clarified for me, well, for one thing, this girl sounds like maybe she shouldn't drink too much, but nobody should really. But he said she's not wearing her seatbelt because she's pissed. And someone recently clarified, this is timely, because someone recently told me there was some other video I'd watched and that term was used about a person being pissed. And I don't remember how I reacted to it. Maybe I didn't know what they meant. Maybe I took it at face value and thought they were talking about a person really being pissed, angry. But they said that in the UK, pissed means drunk. Is that the only use of the word pissed? Is that all it means? Or do you also use it in the way that we use it here, which means to be mad, to be angry? I'm just curious. For my UK friends, please let me know. All right, here we go.
She's not wearing a seatbelt because she's pissed. Opening the car door, safer. Opening the car door. I had to stop the car. Because it's dangerous, right? So as soon as I stop the car, she fucks off out immediately, teetering on heels up the road.
Oh, gosh.
No coat, no money, no keys, no idea where she's fucking going. I'll walk home, you don't even fucking care, I'll fucking walk home. I'll walk home. So I have to do the dutiful boyfriend thing of driving along at 4 fucking miles an hour. Come on, get back in the car. It's all my fault. It's not my fault, I've done fuck all here. Come on, get back in the car, I'll buy you chips. Please, just get back in the car. Anyway, long story short, I got arrested for curb crawling.
Okay. What does... Oh, shoot, scare me. What does curb crawling mean? Does that mean looking for prostitutes? Or does that just mean he's driving too slow by the curb? I don't, that's an idiom, so not sure.
Anyway, long story short, I got arrested for curb crawling. I don't know about you, but I think the best thing about a big, passionate argument is tumbling into bed together afterwards and lying in cold, grim silence until dawn.
I had a feeling he's going to go there.
Are you asleep? I can't sleep. I'm too full of hate. Any fans of make-up sexing? Anyone had good make-up sex? Give us a shout, yes? Make-up sex is pretty awesome, but timing is critical. Because if you get overexcited and you go for the make-up sex too early and the argument's still happening, that is a little bit rapey. I often get asked about heckles. That's a very common question for me. People want to know, what's your favourite heckle, what's the worst heckle, that kind of thing. I was doing a gig last year on the Rapier Wit tour, the last tour, and I was doing a joke about the Paralympics. Now, when you're doing a joke about the Paralympics, you've got to be a little bit careful when you're setting up a piece of material like that you're not fuck-witted, disrespectful. So I was setting it up quite carefully. I'd got one sentence in. All I said was, my favourite event at the Paralympics. And this guy at the back of the room, quick as a fucking flash, went, cripple jump. I wish I hadn't, but I fucking pissed myself. The other one I loved. I was doing a gig.
Oh, yeah. Also, obviously, pissed means to pee, to urinate. That definition went completely over. I mean, that definition I completely forgot. You guys know what I was meaning, though, when I was asking the question. I'm not sure what he was talking about, though. I don't know what that means, that thing he said about the Paralympics. I don't watch it, so if that's an actual sport, I don't know what it is.
Myself. The other one I loved. I was doing a gig last year in Cardiff, and front and centre, this guy front and centre where you're sitting there, madam, out of nowhere, 20 minutes into the gig, he just went, dragon. So there wasn't a massive pause before he said dragon. That was just to let you know what happened there. In my head, I had to go, whose coat is that jacket? To get it started in my head. 20 minutes in, he just went, dragon. I went, what? He went, dragon. I went, yeah, but what do you want? He went, I'd like a joke about a dragon, please.
Oh, okay.
And he said it like I was the cunt for turning up in Wales without any dragon-based humour. So in the interval, I felt duty-bound to go and write a joke about a dragon. Do you want to hear my dragon joke?
Oh, no.
Okay. 2 dragons walk into a pub. Don't panic, Johnny, makes sense. Brilliant.
He laughs. That must have been
Oh,
something
I
from
love John. I'm just imagining a funeral called, what do they call it when all the cars? Procession, yeah, funeral procession with drum and bass. Has your hearse got blue lights underneath it? Imagine that'd be quite good. That looking like it was haunted.
Right. The way he laughs, my God.
Two dragons walk into a bar. One says to the other, "It's hot in here." The other one says, "Shut your mouth."
Gosh, the way he laughs, y'all. It reminds me a little bit of the way Eddie Murphy laughs, except his is a little deeper and goes down further into his throat. But yeah, that's what I just kept thinking about was Eddie Murphy when I was hearing him do that funny laugh. Anyway, as I indicated, he's a contrast. So he looks so prim and proper. He's in his nice suit. He's got the sophisticated sounding English accent because to us Yanks, I think that's what you guys call us, or maybe it's just what us Southerners call Northerners. Anyway, whatever. To us Americans, almost any British accent to me, almost any accent from the UK sounds sophisticated and posh. I know enough, I can tell enough of the difference between some of the dialects now that I can tell when certain dialects aren't the prim and proper kind. You know, they're like the more common, I guess, I don't know what's a good word for it, but you know, that type. Because you have people that talk and they sound so sophisticated. Then you have people that talk, they're real casual. They don't talk with good grammar. They talk kind of lazy, that type. And so I can tell the difference. I kind of equate that to, let's say, real super Southern sounding people that don't make an effort to speak grammatically correct and things like that. I mean, that's the closest example I can come to. Like also how people have told me, more than one person has told me how Arnold Schwarzenegger sounds when he speaks in his mother tongue, that he sounds like he's kind of like a backwoodsy type, uneducated sort. So anyway, I can sort of tell the difference now between those dialects in the UK, but I'm not completely like, to me, he sounds very proper but the stuff coming out of his mouth doesn't come across that way. Anyway, this is funny. He's not the most hilarious comedian I've listened to. He's not someone that really tickled me to the point that I just can't wait to see his next bit. But this came directly from his channel, so I know exactly where to go to find more material if I want to check him out again. If you guys know of a specific bit to recommend, let me know so I can throw that thing in my to-watch list, which I will do. But I don't really have a whole lot more to say other than what I've already said. His jokes are, you know, like real life type of situation, relationship sort of stuff, and situational humor, like the fight with his girlfriend and stuff like that. It's not anything that really is super impactful, but not all comedians have that type of comedy. Not all comedians have that style. So anyway, okay. I don't have anything else, you guys. I think I'm going to move on to a trailer before I call it quits for today. So I'm going to stop this.